Throughout watching Squid Games, there are so many things that I've noticed about human nature that are only triggered in certain conditions. In this video, we are going to explore how Squid Game exposes human nature. There are many people that participate in Squid Games. And one trait that all of them had in common, the reason why they ended up in this situation 9 times out of 10 was greed. Greed is not just wanting to take more, it's a disease. When we are first introduced to the games, through the first game, we see that this is not a place. Squid Games is not a place where you want to be. You don't want to be in that place. But what do you see? Some people want to stay. In the first one, they had one opportunity to leave, and they took it. They left, and they still came back. Why? Because of greed. The desire to get something for nothing. And to take it even further, in the second game, they changed the rules just to show how greedy humans can be. After each game, the participants had the opportunity to say no. We don't want to partake in this any longer. We don't want to be associated with these games. We can leave and basically just ride in the sunset. But no, what do you see? It's never enough money. One more game. Can I play one more game? Yes. If I play one more game, I can make more money. They know that, okay, if I go to the next game, I'm probably playing Russian roulette, but they still do it. Now, this greed mixed with the fear of death leads to something, I would say, despicable, but to be expected from most human beings. Cannibalism. Cannibalism. Yes. In Squid Games, there was cannibalism because people didn't eat each other outright, but they were eating each other. I mean, taking each other's life and basically eating each other because some people were killing each other just to take their money. If that's not cannibalism, what is it? And I feel like one of the ways that really showed how human beings can go to a dark place in terms of evil was in the first season when this player tricked this player out of his position. The guy that was being so good to him, so nice, tricked him. He tricked him out of his position. It was life or death, but that was dark. Or when Song Jin-Ho tricked player number 1, that was dark. But all along, player number 1, you know who player number 1 is. But this shows you that when push comes to shove, human beings will eat each other if it's a matter of life and death. So when Joker said,
"They're code. It's a bad joke. Dropped at the first sign of trouble. They're only as good as the world allows them to be. When the chips are down, these civilized people, they'll eat each other."
he was right. But for me, I spoke about this in the previous video. The worst example of this, the cannibalism, was when player 333 was ready to sacrifice his son, his own flesh and blood. He was ready to sacrifice him. That's when I realized that when push comes to shove, humans are willing to do very, very terrible things. And in order to do that, there is one component that human beings need. And we're very good at this. When Al Capone was judged and sentenced, people were surprised by his statement. He said that people say that he's a bad guy, but really and truly, he was helping out the neighborhood. What's that? Delusion. In order to do evil things, we gotta delude ourselves that it's for the greater good. And when you look at Squid Games, all of these people, they have to delude themselves to do what they are going to do. They know. But the human nature is so beautiful because at our core, we are so good that we can't do evil just like that. Except when you're a psychopath, obviously. But you have to give yourself a story for why you're doing what you're doing. Regardless of all the bad that we see in Squid Games. And how evil it makes humanity looks. One thing that it does through the main character is to show idealism. Idealism is really for the fools. But what a beautiful thing it is, because idealism and human beings' aspirations to be something greater is what keeps the balance between the good and the evil in human beings. This is what keeps us wanting and striving to do great things, to be good. There are many times where you see that people have ideals, even if they're in such a bad place, a place that's almost hell, Squid Games. You can still see the humanity. You can still see it in so many players, like this one, and this one. They represent the good. They represent compassion. The fact that compassion can exist in such a place, that's also human nature. The fact that people that are eventually going to kill each other in some way, somewhere and somehow, can still come together like this and help each other, and for a brief moment just have that love, that hope that we are going to make it out together, the desire to not want to do this to each other. That's the beautiful thing about humanity. And ultimately at the end, we see one of the most beautiful things about humans is sacrifice. When that woman sacrificed her son to save a baby, when a player sacrificed himself so that his friends can make it, when in season 1, this guy sacrifices himself so that Jing-Yu can continue, and ultimately at the end, when Jing-Woo sacrifices himself for that baby. What more do you want? What more do you want? Squid Games exposes humanity in its ugliest form and in its most glory. So yeah. Hey, I'm Tenorman. I put a lot of time and effort in these videos, so if you like it, make sure you subscribe and you watch the next video. Also, I would really appreciate if you could go down in the description and donate to support Palestine and some other causes around the world. That's it. Like, subscribe and share.